football fans, betting fans, people all around the world that love the National Football League. It is I, your host, Mike Pearman Sr. And this is hashtag Bet That, where I tell you each and every single week the best picks to pick in the NFL and how to handicap them properly. It's all about the dollar bill, y'all. As my man Teddy Long would say, holla, 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 holla. And last week, guys, I got a holla because like last year, 8-8 just ain't good enough to start off week one. But hey, what can I say? All I can do is say to you is what I told you last week. Week one is the hardest week in the NFL to handicap. And can I tell you any more? I mean, who'd have thought San Francisco puts a donut up against the freaking Los Angeles Rams 28-0 over the Rams? Really? I mean, the Saints, or should we call them the Aints, had it in the bag and let the Oakland Raiders come back and not just go for one to tie the game, but go for two to win the game. That is why we play the game. Dallas with the return of taking on, that is, New York with the return of Victor Cruz, just goes for 3 touchdowns, and they beat the rookie Dak Prescott and his season debut, and the rookie, the number 2 overall pick for my Philadelphia Eagles, Carson Wentz, does a great job in his opening debut game as well. But people, listen, it's all about the dollar bill, y'all. And like I said, this is Mike Pearman Sr. with Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM, which I am the host and owner of the Soul and Sports, as well as the BDSIR radio networks. People, listen, without further ado, it's about one thing and one thing only. It's time for me to show you the money! So that's what I plan to do, people. Listen, week 2 here in the NFL, it goes like this. I'm going to do a little things different this time around because if I tell you don't touch it, I'm going to just put it like that. I'm not going to count it against my record. You know why? Because I don't play those games. I'm counting an 8-8 week. When I had 4 games, I said do not touch. Every year, I still do that because I know people want to know, well, what if I want to touch that game? Well, you know what? With all due respect towards you, I'm not here for you to give me advice. I'm here to give you advice. So I can't give you a pick that I don't think is worth you spending your money on. It's about making money and saving money, not throwing it away. So from now on, when I say hashtag don't touch that game or hashtag don't touch, we're not going to count it against my record. You count it against your record, but I ain't counting it against my mind. So right now, off the bat, starting it off, you got the Buffalo Bills, and they circle the wagons to come home after the loss last week against the Baltimore Ravens, take on the New York Jets, the Jets, Jets. What island? Was it Revis? Was it Gilligan? I'm not sure. Whatever that line is, I do not like this game for multiple reasons. Buffalo Bills did not show me what I want to see in that opening game in day 1. Sammy Watkins says he would play, but will he play? We don't know. The New York Jets, I don't know what's going on with that defense that we thought was going to be so stout. But hey, guess what, guys? Let's be real and let's be fair to the New York Football Jets. They did play the Cincinnati Bengals, who has a pretty potent offense. And A.J. Green definitely showed y'all that it wasn't Gilligan's Island that he owns. He owns Revis Island. So, as I said, I don't like this game as a divisional matchup. Hashtag do not touch, okay? I don't like this game. Hashtag do not touch. All right. Now, moving on. We got, which, by the way, it's a pick'em game, so there it is. I'm not picking it. You pick it. All right? Then we got Detroit off of the comeback win against the Indianapolis Colts, take on the Tennessee Titans, are favored by 5.5 points at home. Now, Detroit, which no one kind of believes in, played pretty well against an Indianapolis Colts team we all know is a very horrid team on defense. So I can't think that Tennessee's going to play as bad as they did in the opener. At least I'm hoping they will not play as bad as they did in the opener. I'm not picking Tennessee to win this game. I just don't trust Detroit to win this game by 6 points. So hashtag bet that Tennessee Titans will cover the 5.5. Then we got the Houston Texans coming home, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City with a great comeback against San Diego, which, by the way, was my upset of the week last week, which, by the way, my upsets, which was San Diego, and my lock of the week, which were the Green Bay Packers, or the Packers of Green Bay, which covered. So, therefore, I'm 2-0 when it comes to my upsets and locks of the week. So, with that being said, Kansas City on the road against Houston. I told you guys before, I like Houston. I like Houston to win that division out in the South, in the AFC South. Kansas City, I got them winning the West. However, they're on the road. If this was a home game the other way around, I was thinking the other way, but it isn't. It's in Houston. Lay Houston in the 3 points to win that game. Then we got the team that shocked the world. I mean, well, let's take that back for a second. Were we really shocked? I mean, you got Belichick, okay, with weeks and weeks and weeks to prepare for an opponent, okay? Let's just be real. How great really is Broadway Brady? I say he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Not my favorite quarterback, but I have to say I think he's the best quarterback of all time. And I thought to myself, is he really? Or is Belichick really that damn good? Because he just took Garoppolo to go to Arizona and just win that game. So guess what? I'm going to take them in the 7 against Miami, who just did not look like a team that was in the National Football League against the Seattle Seahawks last week. Up in Seattle, they covered the 11 points, which I broke my own rule. I should have listened to my rule. But however, Miami ain't covered again this week. They go 0-2, take New England and the points. Then we got Baltimore on the road, favored by 7 against the RG3 list Cleveland Browns. I mean, it's the old team versus the new team, and the new team versus the old team. Everyone to pick whatever city you're from. I'm going to take Baltimore to lay the 7 points. I like Joe Flacco. They started off slow last week. I like them a lot this week, and I think that offense and that defense, which did play pretty good against Buffalo, continues to play that well against Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland is that good of a team on offense. I think RG3 against the Philadelphia Eagles missed a couple of good passes he could have had. That receiving core is a very good receiving core in Cleveland. They just don't have a quarterback to get them the ball. Lay the points with with Baltimore. I apologize for that. Then we got at home Pittsburgh favored by 4 over Cincinnati. Listen, I'm not going to be a punk on this one and say do not touch, because that'll be a punk move, right? This is like a rivalry. This is a huge rivalry. We got Ben Roethlisberger and Bryant just are probably the best receiver quarterback duo in the NFL right now. Again, like with the Houston Kansas City game, if this game was in Cincinnati, I might take Cincinnati, but it's not. I do not, however, like the 4 points, but I'm gonna lay the 4 points and take Pittsburgh at home to lay the 4 against Cincinnati. Then we got Washington and Dallas. Washington's favored by 3 points. Monday Night Football, I was not too sure what's going on with the Washington Redskins. What's going on with Captain Kirk Cousins? You like that? I don't think nobody in Washington likes that right now. The Dallas Cowboys, we don't know what they are. I'm not going to pick and jump all over how they ended that game last week. They probably could have won that game last week. They did not win that game last week. Dak Prescott looked okay, not overly impressive. But hey, it's still a future there. I want to take Washington, but I'm not like the other game I didn't punk out for. You can call me a punk, whatever you want to call me. If you had to lay the points, take the Washington Redskins, but I'm not laying that hashtag. Don't touch that game. Also, Giants at home taking on New Orleans. New Orleans is the underdog by 5 points. New Orleans, you let me down. I know the offense is very good. The defense, I don't know what happened to it. I got to take Eli Manning at home in his home opener in MetLife Stadium to cover the 5 points and take New York. Then we got Carolina at home against San Francisco, favored by 13 points in this game. Number one rule of handicapping, now that Peyton Manning is gone, is double-digit leads in the NFL. Point spreads are disrespectful. I got to take San Francisco to lay the points, not win the game outright, but cover the 13 points. Then we got Arizona at home, favored by 7 points against famous Jameis Winston and that receiving core. They're the underdogs by 7 points in this game. I think Arizona wins the game. I'm not sure about that 7. I believe in that offense that I saw in week 1. I believe in Jameis Winston and how hard he works in the study room and preparing for games. I like his arm strength. I like the fact he lost weight. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, play Tampa Bay to lay the 7 points to cover that spread. Then we got Seattle on the road against the Rams. Now, this is typically, which they're favored by 7 points, typically a game, it can go either way. We're going to go the Rams going to win it. Seattle's going to win it. I'm not touching this game because Seattle didn't show up like I thought they would last week. The Rams didn't show up like we thought they were last week, but they're playing each other. So what happens? I'm not touching this game. You do not touch this game. Then we got Denver at home, favored by 6 over the Indianapolis Colts. Taking Denver and the 6 points. I do not believe in anything Indianapolis Colts do. I'm sorry. Andrew Not Just Luck leads all the luck in the world to beat this defense in Denver. Then we got Oakland Raiders coming home against Atlanta. Atlanta laid the egg against Tampa Bay at home in their season opener. Oakland will not do that as well. They will lay the 5 points and cover. Then we got San Diego at home taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville is the underdog by 3 points. Upset of the week. Upset of the week. Take Jacksonville to cover the spread and win the game outright. Then we got my lock of the week. Like I got my upset, my locks back to back because last week I went 2-0 with my upset lock. I'm going to go 2-0 this week and make it 4-0 with my locks and upsets of the week. Green Bay Packers. I'm sorry, I got to do it for y'all. The Packers of Green Bay will be on the road in Minnesota in their new stadium. And what a shame it's going to be for the Minnesota Vikings. They lose this game. Green Bay covers the 2. Lay it out. Then Monday Night Football. The Eagles are the underdogs. And on the road against the Chicago Bears, my hometown, the Bears are just not that damn good. But I don't think the Eagles are either. But it's 3 points. I believe in Philly more than I believe in Chicago. Take Philadelphia to lay this game and lay the points down. And those are my winners right there. I'll tell you again right here. Run it back right now. Philadelphia winner. Green Bay lock of the week. Jacksonville upset of the week. Oakland. Denver. Tampa Bay. San Francisco. The New York Football Giants, Pittsburgh Steelers over Cincinnati. I got Baltimore over Cleveland. I got New England over Miami. I got Houston over Kansas City. I got Tennessee to cover over Detroit. Games I will not touch this week. You should not touch this week. Ain't going on my record. You go ahead and waste your money. Matter of fact, if you're going to waste money on these picks, just give it to me right now. Okay? Do not touch the Jets versus Buffalo. Do not touch Washington versus Dallas. Do not touch Seattle versus the Los Angeles Football Rams. Listen, guys, there you have it. I'm going to run it out for you again. Do not touch the Jets and Buffalo. Do not touch Washington, Dallas. Do not touch Los Angeles, Seattle. Games you want to lock it up, you want to lock up Green Bay over Minnesota. You want to go with the underdog right here, the upset of the week with Jacksonville over San Diego. You want to take Philadelphia in the points. You want to take Oakland in the points, Denver in the points. You want to take Tampa Bay. You want to take San Francisco in the points. You want to take the New York Football Giants. You want to take the Pittsburgh Steelers over Cincinnati. Baltimore over Cleveland, New England over Miami, and Houston over Kansas City, as well as Tennessee to cover over Detroit. People, there you have it. Listen, Fox Sports Radio 1340am.com, Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM on the YouTube, BDSR Network, YouTube, yours truly, Mike Knox. That's with 3 X's because I'm hardcore. Just ain't changed my name yet. God told them it's an evolution of things, right? It's like Mike Knox is my alter ego, but Mike Perry is the man that you see before you right now. Listen, guys, listen. Follow me on the Twitter at Michael_Pyramid Senior, and also follow Soul SOUL Sports on the Twitter as well as 1340 AM Fox Sports on every social media platform there is out there. Listen, people, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. If you love God, you love money. People, hashtag bet that. I'm going to show you the money. I'm not going to eat this week. We're going to win. You're going to win. We're going to win.